This is the kind of coaching that founders that we work with need. They want to have this conversation. And I think the answer is definitely not that turning on revenue switches and monetizing the business that you built right now makes sense for everyone. The way that you assess that, sorry to be generalized, but like it has to be case by case. For some businesses, there are clear moats that you kind of accrue early on, right? Let's go very simple. Like with a DEX, you have a liquidity moat, right? You get pools with more liquidity, you have less slippage, therefore a better experience. And you like very quickly kind of develop that moat. So for businesses like that, I think it makes sense to kind of relatively early turn on those fee switches. I can think of other examples where it may not make as much sense, highly competitive things. Like for example, when I think about interoperability, I would say that is a very cutthroat industry. And if you start jacking up fees to move around capital throughout the ecosystem, I think you're going to very quickly bleed market share. So just like thinking critically about, what your actual like defensible moats are and whether or not you can kind of use that to generate revenue for your token holders. Because the other kind of flip side of this coin is, we're not just turning on revenue for the sake of kind of getting rich here. There's actually like a really interesting flywheel of we're talking about hype turning on kind of revenue and funneling it back to token holders. It also like kind of empowers or kind of enriches their community and creates more of a token moat around it. So there's actually a secondary layer to moats and monetization in crypto that I think is probably a little bit underexplored. And